and then I'll come back into the Zoom call. And then I'll come back. Okay. Okay, we're live on YouTube now, guys. Good evening, everyone. Great to see some regular names here. Great to see some new names as well. That's fantastic. Good evening, Geneva. Good evening, Sonia, Lillian, Trucker Fletch, Robert. Good evening, Robert. Moss, Lillian, LT, KK, Private Buddykins, co-host, doing a fantastic job for me this evening. What we got in the chat room? Yeah, good evening. Okay. Okay, there's another 4 people coming in the room. Just make yourselves at home, guys. Just make yourselves comfortable while we just wait for people to join the call. They're coming in all the time, which is great to see. It's fantastic to see. This is how we help each other to learn all about Dalversal. Good evening, all the way from South Africa. Good evening. That's a long, long way. Good evening, Lady C. As most of you guys know, General Kev, myself, I'm from the UK, but next week, your training will be coming live from the Rock of Gibraltar. So that'll be exciting. Yep, I'm on a 3-week holiday. Who've we got here from Texas, USA? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we've got a 3-week holiday out in, well, I say a holiday, it's a working holiday really, out in Gibraltar, but we're going to take our equipment with us so that we can do our Friday night podcast and our Sunday evening training session all the way from the Rock. Not sure it'll be sunny at this time of night, but we will have been able to enjoy those sun rays before we do our call. Okay. Excellent. Good evening, Mary Malay. Greetings from San Francisco. Good evening, everyone. Moss from South Africa. It's awesome to see so many people from different countries around the world. This is awesome, guys. I love this. Okay, 2 more entering the room at the moment. That's great. Make yourself at home, guys. Get yourselves comfortable. Get ready for this evening's session. I think what we're going to go through this evening is we're going to cover those basic TFA packages. Trucker Fletch, you're not from out of Mongolia, I know that. We're going to cover the basics of the TFA package because what I've identified over the last week since Dalversal announced the cutting off of the hyper community is that plenty of members are now jumping on board the TFA pack program, which is great news because obviously they're looking at getting some financial assistance regarding those pending rewards. Just letting some more people in the room, guys, just bear with me. And obviously there's quite a lot of information, so we want to go through that. We have members also wanting to understand how to speed that process up as well. So I think the best way of doing that is actually looking at somebody's back office and, I can do that and I can show you what I'm doing in order to make those steps. So we'll go through that this evening. It's going to be interesting, guys. Okay, we've got Sergeant Deborah. I missed you there, Deborah. Let's make Sergeant Deborah co-host as well. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, Sergeant Deborah, welcome. Can you hear me?
Good evening, General Kev. How's everyone?
Awesome, Sergeant Deborah. You had me going then. I thought you couldn't unmute for some reason. And as a co-host, you should be able to. So welcome. Welcome to the Zoom. How are you doing, Deborah? Had a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Recovering. Yeah, I'm just coming all right.
How's your voice? Is it any better? I know you'd lost your voice last week. Plenty of work on, eh?
It was an aggressive past 2 weeks, eh?
You're telling me it has, hasn't it? It's been extremely busy. It's good to see so many new names dropping in as well. This is great. This is great because one thing that I had noticed, Deborah, is that there's plenty of people jumping on the TFA program feature now, availability, because I don't blame them. I mean, at the end of the day, we've shown members now for quite some weeks that our TFA packs are working extremely well, flawlessly, I'll say. And I think it's a great move. Now, what I've identified over the last few days is that, they've done the main thing, which is join and purchase that TFA pack. But I think the most important thing they need to do now is just understand the steps of what they can do to improve that, because education is key to making the best out of that opportunity. Do you agree?
I definitely agree because, as you're saying, in the last 2 weeks, it was a last minute rush for people since the announcement, and
Yes,
many
sure.
didn't really sort out their accounts. So it's even the system. Those 5K packs are finishing like you won't believe on a daily basis.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're selling out every day now, aren't they? That's great. Okay, still members coming in, so we're just going to leave it a couple of minutes, guys. I know we're running over 7 p.m., 9 p.m. for South Africa, and I'm not going to work out the others, especially Outer Mongolia for Trucker Fletch. No, I'm not doing it. Okay, we're not doing too bad, guys. And for those that weren't on when we started this live session, just to notify people, we are live streaming to the Bureau HQ YouTube channel. That is so that we can record this session for future use. I will also be posting this to the Metaverse Masterminds YouTube channel, and it will be shown every day, possibly twice a day, so that members can get the benefit of different time zones too. Okay, so we're trying to get the message out to as many people as we can in their time zones and not just ours. We're trying to help everybody we can. Okay. Excellent. Private Buddykins has just posted that link in the chat box. Okay, Sergeant Deborah, I think I'll get on. It's nearing 7:05, so we'll have to crack on. Is that okay with you?
Yes, you can resume.
Okay, let me make sure everybody's muted and I'll share my screen. Okay, guys, welcome to Sunday night session, a training session from the Bureau HQ. General Kev here with Sergeant Deborah and Private Buddykins in the back office doing a fantastic job moderating the chat group. Okay. Now, what we're going to do this evening, guys, is go through, when I just get this, have we got the TFA? Yeah, we have. Okay. We're going to go through the TFA program to help those newcomers to the platform. Because over the last 2 weeks, as Sergeant Deborah's just been explaining, there's been an influx of new members joining Dalversal to take advantage or take up on the opportunity fantastic opportunity that Dalversal have offered us all regarding our pending rewards from Hyperverse and Hypernation. Now, that program's called the Targeted Financial Assistance. Now, as I explained, I've been doing this for a few months now. It's working absolutely flawlessly for me, and I would like to go through the presentation slides with you, but don't get too tied up in the figures and the intricacy of the slideshows, because what I'm going to do, guys, is going to go through my back office so that you can visualize it. You can see how it works in the back office of your accounts as well. Okay, so moving on, the Targeted Financial Assistance. It's accessible to all users in Dalversal, and it offers a release rate of 0.15%. Now, I'll explain what that means later in the presentation. So who does it cover and what's it all about? Okay, so clearly it's from Hyperverse and Hypernation users. And those assets were present in a Hyper community website. I think we've all got that bit. I think we've moved on. And this presentation is mainly for those people that have already taken their assets and put them on Dalversal. Okay, now if you haven't got that far, don't worry, because there's plenty of assistance for members like that in the groups, and we can help you with that. But what we're going to focus on today is exactly what is the TFA program, because many members have jumped in, got it transferred over, got their assets in Dalversal, purchased a TFA pack, and then they don't know what to do. Okay, so let me explain this as best I can. Okay, now to start off, we've got 4 different assistance packs. One worth 2,000, one worth 5,000, one worth 50,000, and one worth 500,000. Now, members can begin the TFA program with one pack from either the AP2K or the AP5K. Now, that depends on your personal circumstances, your individual requirements, okay? So let's say somebody's got 3,000 in DC, okay? Now, DC is the assets that you've moved over from your Hyper community account into Dalversal. So let's say, for instance, you've got 3,000. You wouldn't be able to start with an AP5K, clearly, so you'd have to start with the AP2K. But don't fear, because it would cost you 2,000, but your total rewards are multiplied by 1.5x. So you actually receive back 3,000 DU, and every DU is worth 1 USDT. Okay. So as you can see, the AP2K pack offers you a total of 3,000 in return for you purchasing it for 2,000 and following the program through. Okay. The same applies for the AP5K. It's purchased at 5,000. So say, for instance, if you have 5,000 from Hyper Community, brought them across to Dalversal, you could purchase the AP5K and your total rewards would be 7.5K, 7,500, and so forth. Okay, but don't forget, you can only purchase a 2K or a 5K to begin this process. All right. Now, the subscribe count below these, it says 2 for the 2K, 2 for the 5K, 3 for the 50K, and unlimited for the 500K. So what does that mean? Now, I've had a lot of members getting mixed up with this because they said the subscribe count means that they can subscribe to 2K. So let's say, for instance, you got 4,000, they believe that they could start 2Ks off. They can't. It's only 1. Okay, but what that means is once the first one gets to 100% charged, they can take up on the second one. Okay, so there's be a total of 2 available for their account. Okay, so they start with one of the 2K packs, and then once it gets to 100% charge, they can then start the second pack. That applies the same for the 5K pack. Okay, and the 50K pack, that happens 3 times. So let's say, for instance, you had a 100K, 100,000. you could actually start with a smaller pack. Don't forget, you can't start with a 50k. So you clearly start with a bigger one, which is AP 5k. The next pack you would take is an AP 50k. Okay. If your remaining DC allowed, you could then subscribe to another 50k. Okay. Now, we've always said there's quite a big jump between the 5k and the 50k AP packs or TFA packs. We don't know what's going to happen there, guys, but we do know that Dalversal are looking at it, and maybe they'll bring something out in between. Who knows? We're hoping so. So the daily release rate, once you've bought these TFAs, what is it? Well, the TFA Plus packs, the TFA Plus is for the delegates from Satoshi AI. Okay, we do have a number of TFA Plus members, but in general, we're talking to TFA standard members here, people that just have jumped in and bought a standard TFA pack. Okay, so what they will be on is 0.15%. Okay, after the charging period, both the TFA Plus and the TFA Standard both get 0.6%. Now, don't worry about this, guys. I'm going to show you what this means in the back office as well as we go ahead. The market rewards multiplier is for those that are not choosing to become passive or remain passive, should I say. Now, what I want members to understand is if you want to remain passive, there's absolutely no problem with that. Okay. They say that passive is okay. But what we do recommend is if you want to speed it up, the best way of doing that is building a team underneath you. Okay. Now that's where the market rewards multiplier kicks in. Okay. And you've got a 2x on that. I'll go through that in the back office in a moment. Okay. Some notes. Number one, the daily subscription limit for AP2K and AP5K is 1,000 units. Now, this is important to note, guys, because like I was saying to Deborah earlier on, the AP5K, I believe, is the one that's been selling out every day. And I've had many members on the group saying, it's not available. They've sold out. What happens now? Well, they replenish stocks every day. Every 24 hours, they put 1,000 units back in the system. Okay. So if you happen to be one of those unlucky ones where it says it's gone, check again later on or check tomorrow because they are replenished every day. All TFA users will initially start with the AP2K or 5K, like I explained. After completing the charging process, users may then subscribe to either the AP50 or the AP500K. Okay, again, I'll explain that later. So the charging timeline. Number one, every assistance pack provides a 1.5x reward of the pack value. Don't forget, 2,000 turns into 3,000. 5,000 turns into 7,500. That's your 1.5x return. Number two, your charging period refers to the duration during which the release amount has not reached 100% of the pack value. Now, the pack value is what you pay for it. So if it costs you 2,000, that's the 100% of the charged amount, up to 2,000, not 3,000. That's the full amount, but the pack value. So the charging period covers the pack value, okay? So during the charging period, the daily release rate is capped at 0.2% for TFA Plus and 0.15% for TFA Standard. After this period, the daily release rate increases to 0.6 for both. Now, at this point, guys, I think it's better if I go to my back office and show you a little bit and come up to speed before we go on with a lot of the figures, okay? Okay, we can see my back office. Yeah. Okay, so here we have my training account and I've logged in. I've clicked on assets and I've clicked on TFA. Now, I've left this account to show you guys the mistake that many members make. And I've done this deliberately so that you don't make the same mistake, okay? Because what they do, they go to the TFA page and they say, well, there's nothing to charge, it's not working. That's not the case, guys, because you have to collect first, okay? So this is how you do it. You click on your assets, you log in first, obviously, you click on your assets and you click on My Rewards. And there you go. That's where your DU points or your DP points are. If you hover over that, it says DP points can be used for charging the TFA package subscribed only. So that charges the pack that you've previously bought. Okay, so let me go back a little bit and just show you which one I've purchased on this account. Okay, so if you click on TFA and scroll down, these are the packs that you can purchase. Okay, you've got the 2K, the 5K, the 50 or the 500. And don't forget, there's only the 2 and the 5 that people can start with. Okay, so I started this account with an AP 5K, as you can see, my TFA package. Okay, so I started with an AP 5K. All right, so let me go back to my rewards. And what I'm going to do is click collect now. So everybody has to do this and they get 120 hours before this stops generating tokens. Okay. But we do recommend do it every day, log in every day, because the more you log in, the more you learn about the platform, the more you learn about how this all works. Okay. So here we are, we collect now. And there it goes to naught. Okay, so what now? We've collected. We go over to the TFA tab over there. And there you go. It's lit up now, you see, and it's in green. It says charge now. And the account balance is 18.7535 DP. That's what I've accumulated in my account within the last 24 hours. So I can click on charge now. I put in my transaction password, which is set in your account. Click OK, and that's your charge successful. Okay, so then you can go to the bottom and you can see that the charge has gone in OK. You can click charge, but it won't let you do any more because you've already done it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is just click on details and go through a little bit about how this the details of your package. This is what's happening now. Now, bear in mind, I've been using this AP5K now for about 3 months, 4 months, maybe, something like that. And you can see my charge progress. Now, don't forget what I just told you in the slide. 100% of your charging is your pack value. Now, don't forget, my pack value is 5,000. So this is my charge progress, this green bar on the top. And I'm at 56.06%. Okay. Now, what that indicates is I'm halfway to being fully charged, or slightly more than halfway. But there's a significant milestone that I've hit here at 30%, which is the withdrawal activation. So what does that mean? When I hit 30%, after I clicked, collected, charged every day, just keep doing it every day, keep going back in every day, click, collect, charge. And don't forget, guys, you've only got 24 hours to charge after you've collected as well, because otherwise you'll lose those credits, and nobody wants that to happen, do they? So as soon as you collect, go straight to TFA, charge that pack. Yeah. So when that hit 30%, I started getting withdrawals. Okay, every day I got a small amount, and that small amount builds up as time goes on. So that's when you look at the bottom bar, the withdrawal progress. Okay, so what does this tell us? Well, clearly, let's look at the big number, 7,500. That is the total value of the 1.5x. That's what you get in return of purchasing that 5K pack. Okay. So up to now, the blue bit is for what I've already withdrawn. Okay. As you can see there, That's 213.37. Now, you know as well as I do, 1 DU is 1 USDT. So that's 213 DU or USDT that I have been able to withdraw already. Now, as it happens, I've not done that. I've not withdrawn it. I've tested the withdrawal process and it works flawlessly. But what I've done, I've rebought. What's the add-on? When you have a plot of land, you can add on. Okay. So you can claim your rewards, which goes into your rewards account, and then you can use it to build up on your previous land plots. Okay. That's for another training session, but it's a great strategy to speed up your TFA pack. Okay. So what we've got here is 213 that I've already withdrawn, and there's the remaining amount that's waiting to come out. 7,286. So every day I get that small amount adding up. I think it's possibly 4 point something DU at the current rate. So when it starts, it's 2.25, I think, but it increases every day as you charge. All right. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how your charge progress works and your withdrawal progress. So let's go back to the presentation slide and carry on with the figures now. So during the charging period, that green bar, your release rate is capped at 0.15%. That's for the TFA standard. After this period, the daily release rate increased to 0.6 for both. So what happens when you get to 100%, okay, not only can you purchase your second TFA pack, okay, while the rest of that daily reward releases, but you also increase the daily reward that that first TFA pack gives. You won't be on 0.15% then, you'll be on 0.6, which is a significant rise in your daily reward, okay? So number 4, assistance pack daily rewards, which is your 7.5, your land tax, planet referral rewards, market rewards, and 10% of the land staking daily rewards can all go towards shortening the charging period. Okay. Now people get quite confused about this, especially when you're looking at charts and figures. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you by showing you how this works in real terms, yeah, rather than looking at the slideshow. We'll go back, we'll refer to that, but take a look at this. You know that I've just collected from my rewards. You also know that I've been to the TFA and I've charged. So what we need to do now is go back to my rewards. And if you pull the screen down to everything that I've earned today. So if you look here, that's the 3rd of March, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through exactly how everything that I've done in my account here has helped my TFA speed up, because everybody gets the standard. If you look at the top, it's here, the TFA daily rewards is 7.5 per day. Now, everybody gets that on the AP 5K package, okay? They get 7.5 per day. Let me refer to my paperwork. If you've activated the AP 2K TFA pack, your daily reward will be 3 DU, not 7.5, okay? So just to clarify the difference. So don't forget, I'm on the 5K pack on here. So this is how it builds up throughout the day and it speeds up your TFA pack up. So there's your basic 7.5. Everybody gets that. And we're looking at DP. DP are the tokens. So it's the top 4 there. DP are the tokens that go towards the speeding up of your TFA pack. Okay. But they are calculated by what happens in those 3 at the bottom as well. Okay. So you've looked at the top. That's what everyone gets daily anyway. So now you go to the bottom and say, right, okay, then. So I want to buy some land because I've been told that buying land speeds things up. So let me show you how that works. Let's go to my land and I can show you that I bought, let's start at the very basics with the stone land. Okay. Now on here, I've got one planet of stone land, one plot of stone land at 100 DU, which is the maximum you can purchase on stone land. So that's one. And there's the second one, 100 DU on the second. So that's two plots. I could actually have another two if I chose to, but I've left it at two, okay? So there's 200 DU in total there. Okay, so what I need to do is go back to assets, go to my rewards, okay, and there, if I click on view, it'll tell you here, hopefully when the internet catches up with me. There we go. There's the two stone planets that I'm referring to. Stone Age, look, there, okay. And it's identified that my staking amount was 100 DU on each. The daily reward rate is 0.6 for each of them. That gives me 0.6 DU per day for each planet. So those together give me 1.2 DU per day. So let's go back to my rewards. There you go, look, 1.2 DU per day. Now look what happens when you refer to your TFA pack. What does that 1.2 DU from those two stone planets do for your TFA pack? This is where you look here. That is 10% of your stone plots, okay? Let me click on view. There we go. Quantity, it doesn't tell you it's 10%, but it is 10%. If you look in the TFA pack, it does say that it's 10%. Okay, so you get 1.2 in your daily rewards, but it also speeds up your TFA pack by 0.12 DP points. Okay. So, okay, that's what happens with your stone plots. So what about bronze plots? Let's have a look at bronze plots and see what that does. Or bronze and above, should I say, because it's bronze, iron, and anything above, because they pay out in RC tokens. Now, as you can see, I've got a few iron, bronze, for instance. That's a bronze, that's a bronze. What's that one? That's an Iron Age. We've got another Bronze Age there. We've got Bronze Age there, which has been successful. I've already claimed 3 times the amount of what I staked, okay? Because on your bronze, iron and above, you get a 3x reward. So say, for instance, you place 281 DU on that one, you get 281 multiplied by 3. That's what you get back off it before you get that signed off as successful. Okay, so you can see that I've got a number of bronze plots and iron plots that all give me a small daily reward. So let's go back and see what exactly does that mean for my TFA. So looking at my daily rewards that pay out in RC tokens, that's for the bronze and the iron, okay, I get 10.031 DU a day. And if you click on view, I'm doing this so that you can do it yourself in your own back office, and then you can get a better idea of what you're getting off which planets, okay? So you've got Alderaan, Elixir of Long Life, Maruta, Nova Starfall, Maruta, various different Bronze and Iron Age planets, yeah? The staked amount, there's the figures for the staked amount that I've put on, and all the variable rates depending on how many days has been you know, daily rewards have been coming off those planets. And there's the quantity which adds up to a total of that, I think it was 10, yeah, 10.031 DU. So that gives you an idea of the results of your bronze and iron actions, what's happening with your input, okay? So again, don't forget you get 10% of your activity for your RC daily rewards as well, which is shown on the next one up, which is there, okay? So that is 10% of that. So you can clearly see how your DP points are being calculated now in order to get to that total DP, total reward that goes to your TFA. So the last one to look at, which I said I would talk about later, is the market rewards. Remember back in that chart, the market rewards were 2x for the 2K and the 5K pack. Okay, now I'll show you how that works. This is quite interesting, guys, because this is calculated from your generative rewards. Now, your generative rewards is everything that happens if you're a team builder, if you have a downline, if you've introduced people, if you've shared your invite code with other members and said, you know, we've got this opportunity here, jump on board, have a look, you know. Now, there's a stipulation on this. You will only see generative rewards if you have a bronze plot that's actively generating daily rewards and your downline has exactly the same or above. You can have bronze, iron, or any of the others, but they've got to be actively generating rewards in order to see those generative rewards there. Okay, so let's take a look. How much have we got? 5 DU a day. So let's have a look and see how that's built up. Okay, so you can see on here, my rank is elite. Okay, so that's moved up from the very basic ranking of a passive user. Excuse me. So an elite rank offers you tiers 1, 2, 3, possibly more, I think. But I've got tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are generating rewards on this account. Okay, so what are they actually doing? Well, their total land income is 1.6. Let me have a look. 1.6, 1.35, and so forth. That's the quantity. The generative rewards are given to you as a percentage of what their activity is. So let's say, for instance, you invited John under you on your tier 1, and John is an active bronze user. You actually receive 20% of his activity on that bronze plot or those bronze plots. Okay, so that works for 15% for your tier 2, 10% for your tier 3, 5% for your tier 4, and I do believe 5 and 6 as well is 5%. So you can see that you get a percentage of all the activity of the people that you introduce as well. So let's go back to the chart. So that's what generative rewards is. Generative rewards are built up from the activity of the members under you that are in your tier structure that are generating RC tokens, which, as you might know or might not, RC tokens are only given from bronze, iron, and above. Okay, so that's how you get your 5 DU, in this case 5.0652. That's how you get that quantity from that activity. But this is where it really adds up, guys. This is the big one, because don't forget, TFA daily rewards, everybody gets 7.5, which is a fantastic offer from Dowversal. But look what the market rewards is doing. It's actually doubling your generative rewards, because don't forget, it's a 2x availability. It's doubling it to 10.1304. Okay, so you've got two rather juicy looking numbers there that speed that TFA pack up quite considerably. So you can see that a passive member on 7.5, if you just bring in a couple of friends to do the same thing, you can now see how you're speeding it up more than twice the speed. Because don't forget, 7.5 doubled is only 15. Well, you've got another 10, 11, 12 there. So do you see what I mean? It really speeds things up. Okay. Let me just have a drink, guys. Okay. So let's go back to the figures. You see, now you've seen that, you'll probably understand this chart a little bit better now. So what we've gone through there was the assistance pack daily rewards. That was a 7.5 that you get as standard, okay? Or 3 if you're on the AP2K pack. Land tax is for planet owners, okay? Planet referral rewards are for those people that have referred others that have purchased planets, okay? Market rewards, I've just been through that. 10% of the land staking daily reward. So 10% of anything you do. And that can be anything. Stone plots, bronze plots, iron plots, anything. The daily reward that you receive from those plots, 10% of that figure goes towards speeding that. Let me show you so that you fully understand what I'm talking about. Details there. So don't forget, you're speeding this up because your first milestone, the first significant milestone you want to look for is that 30% withdrawal, because that's when it starts getting exciting, guys. That's when you can see things moving. So your best thing to do then is say, right, my next milestone is 100%. So that's your charge in progress. So what's happening? 7.5 would move it at a certain rate, but like I've shown you, you double that rate and it's going to get to that end, double the speed, triple the speed. Do you see what I mean? And then when that gets to 100%, you can purchase another pack if you've got that availability of DC tokens. So number 5, users are required to collect all the DP points or DU points on the assets page under my rewards. I just demonstrated that to you. And then charge their assistance pack within 24 hours after collection. That's important, guys, because once you've gone past that 24 hours, they're lost. You know, you can't reclaim them back, okay? You'd have to wait for the next collection to charge. So make sure you don't leave them. Make sure you charge after you collect. Otherwise, you may lose the points needed to charge the assistance pack. Exactly. Users can withdraw reward once the assistance pack reaches 30%. Now, I showed you that because the bottom bar is blue. Everything that's blue is what I've withdrawn and used for other purposes. So 30% of the pack value, for example, 2K, is at 2,000. The withdrawal amount is 600. So once you get that green bar to 600, which is 30% of the 2K pack, you can start the withdrawal process too. Okay. So this is a block chart. You subscribe to the AP2K for 2,000 DC tokens. It starts at the charging period starts at 0%. And it releases 3 DP a daily. Don't forget this is the AP2K, not the one that I've just demonstrated with. So the 2K pack offers 3 DP daily, which is a 0.15% release rate. And it gives you that every day until you reach the 100% charge value of 2,000. Don't forget that green bar completely filled up. At that point, you were getting 3 DP daily. At that point, it increases to 0.6%, which is 12 DP daily for the extra 1,000 until the 3,000 is fully released. Okay, so you get you'll get that 12 DP daily on the day, every day, 12 DP flat. It doesn't increase from there like it did on the 0 to the 100%. Okay, so your 0 starts at, let me just refer to the piece of paper. On day 1, if this was a, let me show you in here. Don't forget this is an AP5K pack, but if this was an AP2K pack, once you reach the 30% there, you would receive 0.9 DU a day, increasing every day. You get a little bit more every day up until the 100%. Okay. On this one, which is the AP5K, it starts at $2.25, 2.25 DU. And again, it goes up slightly, 226 day 2, 227 day 3, and so forth. Yeah. Okay, so there's a slight increase on the day as the day goes by. Okay, just a quick disclaimer. The above is an illustrative representation of TFA. The underlying principles apply equally to TFA plus during, differing only in the release rate during the charging period. Okay. So the TFA outline, we've just been through this above, where you start at 0%, you get 3 DP daily till it's 100% charged, at which point you receive 12 DP daily until you get the final 3,000 fully released. So the charging period, they've spelt that wrong. Somebody spelt that wrong. The charging period is a 0.15% release rate. That's for across the board, whether you get the AP5K or the AP2K. The charging period is, the charging rate is 0.5%. Okay. So these are the figures, the calculations behind how they work this out. The charge amount, 2,000, multiplied by that pack value. So the pack value multiplied by that charge amount 0.15% equals 3 DP daily. The withdrawal begins at 30% of the charged amount, which is at 600 of the 2,000. So you only need to get to that 30% before you can start looking at withdrawing. Okay. The withdrawal amount, charged amount multiplied by 0.15%. So this is how they work this out, and this is how it increases slightly every day. So on day 1, don't forget, this is when you've reached 30%. So day 1, you've reached 30%, and this is what happens. So you've got 600, which is what you've accumulated, multiplied by the 0.15%, and that gives you your 0.9 DU. So it'll release that. And that's when, let me show you quickly, that's when you will be able to click on the withdraw button. Sorry, I've gone too far. That middle button there, where it says withdraw, when that available lights up, say for instance, you've got 10 maybe in there after a few days of accumulation, there, available withdraw rewards amount, you'll be able to withdraw the amount that shows up there, and it'll go in your rewards account, okay, from where you can do what you like with it. You can withdraw it as DU onto into your wallet, take it off the platform if you like, or like I say, build your account, which is what I did. So 0.9 DU on day 1. Day 2 increases a lot, of course. 603 multiplied by that equals 0.9045 DU. So you can see it actually increases slightly every day, Because you're probably thinking, well, where does that 3 come from? The 3 comes from what you get daily from the TFA pack anyway. Okay, so they add that onto the 603. Then do the calculation, and that's the result of what you get. And don't forget, guys, it just keeps going up and up and up and up as the days progress. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an insight into the intricate details of how the TFA works. Okay, I know it can be quite, confusing, but I try and make it as easy as I can in my back office guides. So let's just take a quick recap over what I've gone through tonight. You log in, you go to My Rewards, and you collect now. If you don't collect, you won't see any charging buttons or anything. So you've got to collect first. You then go across to your TFA folder. That will be lit up green, and you'll get a pop-up box. If you don't get that pop-up box because of a pop-up blocker or something on your browser, your charge now button will be green anyway. So just click on that. I've got insufficient balance, so it won't do it. So that's how you charge it. And then all you do is scroll to the bottom to My TFA Pack, where you'll see all the details of what your release rate is, your charge rate. My charge rate is 56%, so I'm slightly over half that 100%. How much I've withdrawn, because obviously you can withdraw at 30%, what your total rewards are, and so forth. So excellent. I think that's an awesome, platform that Dalversal have offered us. And there's always somebody available in order to help you guys out. Let me come back into the Zoom call. I see there's plenty of chat room activity as well. So just a quick one, Sergeant Deborah, did you get that clear enough? I got people talking to me. I'm not looking through the chat yet, so I'll go through that. If Deborah can just give us a confirmation that everything was clear enough and concise so people could understand.
Yes, it was precise and it was very, very informative. And I like the idea of you emphasizing the factor behind the market rewards, as in the multiplier times 2. Because I often notice that people, have done the pattern where they log in, they collect, they charge, but they don't explore the actual overview where
That's
you
right.
see individually. Yeah, they don't go there. So there's many who've been charging and they have lands, but they don't know where do you look, as in how do you see, this impact of the multiplier times 2? Where do you spot it on the back office? So it's very important on a daily basis when you do a tour of that overview. And, learn to work with those figures that are there so that it corresponds with the calculations that are actually there on the PDF. So it's an educational tool. It's not about just going there for 2 minutes, logging in, clicking the collect, charging, and then logging out. All right. There are some who have went to the charging, and then they also do that. There's a screen where you check your TFA percentage, you check the charge amount, and then on details, you click on it and you view the bar. It's actually there. Those are all features that we need to be familiar with because we work with downlines. We work with people who are maybe still coming to the platform. So for us to be fluent on the system, we have to fully understand it. All right, yeah, that was a touch base, especially on the multiplier times 2, which is adding a huge significance to the TFA charging.
I was just going to spotlight you, Deborah, but you've not got your camera on, so I can't do it. Do you want spotlighting?
I'm on load shedding at the moment.
Of course. Okay, no problem. No problem. Leon, I'll come to you in 1 second, sir. Yeah, Deborah, I think it's really important because one thing that I noticed from some of our team members was that they logged in, they collected, they charged, and thought that was a great achievement, which it is. But then they became, how can I say it, dormant, because they just took it as a repetitive thing, just to go in, collect, charge, and then come out. And I said, why don't you have a look around? Why? And this is why I've done the presentation like this evening, to show members exactly what is in the back office, and the finer details actually encourage people to look and see how they're developing their own account. Because the worst thing is, I mean, I did it myself, guys. When I brought my first stone and bronze planets, I purchased them, and the only thing that I was looking at is the collect and charge. I didn't even look at that view, that little view clicky thing at the right-hand side. You click that. I didn't even yet know it was there. But when you click that and open up and it gives you all that information, it starts sinking in and thinking, right, so hang on a minute. So if I do that, that, and that, that's how that generates that amount of generative rewards, which clearly gives you double for market rewards, which speeds up my TFA. Once members get that, once the penny drops and says, I understand how it works now, it does actually encourage people to know exactly how it works in order to them then to say, can I afford to increase my speed of the TFA pack? Because once you thoroughly understand it, that gives you a stronger ability to make those decisions. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people don't make the decisions because they're not sure of exactly how it works. That's what I interpret, though. Do you think that, Deborah? That's the experience I've got. People are more cautious because they don't understand it. That's all.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of getting used to the system so that we can work very comfortably on the system as well.
We do encourage people to, get comfortable with exactly how things work before making that decision to purchase an upgrade, if you like, because that's what it's like. It's like upgrading. Okay, let's go to Epic Coach Leon. I've unmuted you, I think, Leon. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thanks. All I'm going to say basically is that what you guys saying is true, because faith comes from hearing. That basically means as you hear, you bring hearing information. So as you get more information, like digging the back off, like Deborah was saying and so forth, you start building your own faith and you start seeing what's really going on. And that's what start encouraging you to do more. Because if you understand what's going on, you're going to have faith and your emotional level going to increase. And you say, okay, let me put $1 more. Let me put 5 cents more. Let me do a little bit more to see the income. And because you're understanding what's going on. It's not magic that you just press the button, see pop, it look like magic because you don't know what's going on. And magic just means lack of knowledge, lack of understanding of something. You know what I mean? And the minute you understand what's going on, your faith increase because it's no longer magic. Like right now for them, it's magic because it's, I'm going to press this button and this happened. What happened? I don't know. So there's no motivation. You know what I mean? It's outside your control. The minute you understand what's going on, your faith increases and you decide to do more and you're going to share with others because you understand what's going on. And that's what it's about. And that's what the back office allows you to do. Good stuff. Good job, Kevin.
Sorry, Leon, I forgot to spotlight you, mate. I'm doing 2 or 3 things at once here.
No problem. They heard what I'm saying. That's what matters. They heard it.
You know no, you're absolutely right, because it is about emotions and it is about having confidence. And like Margaret said in the chat box, that gives one confidence. It does. If you understand things better, it gives you confidence. It's like getting into a car. It's like getting into a car. If you've had the driving lessons and you've passed your test, you're fully confident to get behind that wheel and drive it. If you've not been taught how to drive that car, you have no idea, and your confidence is out the window. You'd start shaking, when you're learning, when you're a learner driver, you're a quivering wreck, that's pretty much the same sort of thing. You've got to know the platform inside out in order to build that confidence into knowing, because let's face it, Leon, I'm sure you'll agree with this. Everybody has different strategies, and those strategies depend on their own personal circumstances, yeah?
Yeah, correct. That's true. But we all integrate into them and make one. Your ability, you could identify every turn and corner. I may see the destination, but you may see the intersection. And that's the difference between us. You can see every intersection. I may not see every intersection, but I could see the destination. But we all go in the same place. We all go into the destination, which is success for ourselves. You know what I mean? And we integrate those two and we get the completion of the process.
Yeah. And to add to that, I'll reply to Karina in a second because I've got an answer for Karina, and I have noticed the posts in Telegram as well. Leon, starting from there and getting to your destination can be done in a number of ways as well. And
Got it. Yeah.
and what I'm saying is you've got that learner driver as one. You've got a confident driver that's passed his test. But don't forget, we have some advanced drivers in the UK as well that you can take an additional test and pass your advanced driving test. So everybody can reach that finishing line. Yeah. What I'm saying is some people do it at a different rate using a different strategy. But what we want to do is show people all those different strategies so that they can work out themselves, which one do I want to take? Yeah.
Yep.
Symbolically, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Same thing. And the thing is that they get the opportunity to use their will to choose which one they want. That's why we're not telling you, we're not advising which one to do. We give you enough information that you could use your conscience and your will to decide which one you want based on your emotional level, based on your understanding. That's why the information is being given to them. And that's good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now,
Good.
Lady C, I do believe Lady C might be
Yes. Can you hear me?
is it Karina?
Okay. Hi, Surgeon Kevin. How you
lady.
doing? Hello, Coach Leon. The one question I have, guys, hopefully you can help me. I have one of my 5 AP5K pack, which is at almost at 100%. Now, I had gotten a land, I got a few lands, of course. That's how come I'm at like 96% charge right now. Now, the question that I have, once they hit 100%, I can go ahead and get me another package. Now, would my current land that I have that's releasing daily, will it automatically kick off the second pack that I'm getting ready to buy?
Yeah. Yeah, because your first pack is 100% charge, you don't need that to work on that one anymore. It'll work on your second TFA pack.
Awesome. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you so much.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
And can I just add an input there for Lady C?
Sure, Deborah.
Good question indeed. Good question indeed. I love your question. I must say I love your question. Right. So when you get to the 100%, you get there with a volume, like a team volume, and you get there with your multiplier volume. And it automatically pushes over to your new subscribed TFA package, which means the second one will actually run much faster than the first one because you've built your market rewards already on the first one. So it super speeds up the second one that you're going to do. That is why we're seeing the other leaders, they're finishing the pack at the 50K and they're moving to the pack C. Because the volume, even when you get to finish the 50K at 100%, that volume that you are finishing with will help you for the next package. So that is why it just shortens the span. Our volume is quite carried over to the next pack that we are doing.
It is. It's. Oh, sorry, Lady C. I've just noticed you're muted again. Go ahead.
Okay, well, Monday, Uncle. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for clarifying that. I also have a second part to the same question. So I wanted to know, would it be better to get a 50K pack or the 500K pack? Does it matter?
All right, so you have to get the 50K first. You can't skip the 50K to jump to a 500. So the 50K is the next one. You can't skip it.
Actually, I saw that in the vessel back office. They did say it doesn't matter, you could do either one. But I just wanted to know if there was like some kind of benefit if you do like the order from 5 to 50, then the 500. If there's like, if I'm gonna miss things, but I believe I can go ahead and do the 500K. But I just wanted to know if there was like I'm missing anything if I go.
The
Leon,
stuff you could go, you could switch. You could switch, so you could do the 5K, the 500K, or you could do the 50K. The difference is depending on the size of your group. The size of your group will determine what happens, because remember, if we go to 50K, now you're getting 1.8 in terms of multiplier. You go to 500K, you're getting 1.6 multiplier. So it changes the dynamics. You're going to still get your daily TFA going to be, for the 50K, you get 100, or you get 100 DP for the 50K. You get for your 100. For the 5, you get 1,000 for the 5K for your standard. But your generative rewards and those stuff start changing, if you understand what I'm saying. Because they are different percentage. It's not a 2x. It's not anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's now becomes a 1.8. So it starts getting less based on how much you generated to boost it up. And the distance is longer to fulfill, because now on the 50K, you got to get to 15,000. See, and on the 100K, you got to get a bigger number in terms to get to 30%. So the things start changing and makes it longer, run it farther. So it's based on your choice, on your patience, what you want to do. We can't tell you which one to do. That's just the information for you to make educated decision for yourself, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I appreciate that. So if I do the 500K before the 50K, it's gonna be a slower process.
Slower process and
like the
longer time.
releasing.
So if you do the 50K, you get there fast, you get there within what is going on, while you're still building your group up. So when you get to that number, you can do better. That's my opinion that I've been doing. So you could do that because it is the team size enough to support to get you that 50K. Then you have a 30 for the 5, and then you get a 300 for the 50K coming in on a monthly basis when they reach 100%. Why is it now you're going to build to the other one, which you get? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, sorry, Lady C.
Yes.
So what Coach Leon is explaining, you had you're going to be having a volume that you're finishing with on your 5K. But for you to move up to a 500, you're going to be missing a huge chunk of the backup volume on the 50K. And then your 500 will drain you. Meaning the volume that you have to build up for a 500K is going to be too much. And he also enlightened you with the market, the multiplier times 2. It changes as you go up.
Right. Okay.
This is where,
and as
this
of
is
right
where the
now, I'm sorry.
mathematical strategy is involved, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite a complicated strategy for, skipping.
Yeah.
Okay. And as of right now, the biggest land we have available, is it still the 3K?
Electric, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. So
Thank
No
you.
problem, Legacy. Good to have you on.
Yeah. Good stuff, Deborah.
Okay, guys. Right. In the chat box, unable to get into any of my accounts in DAO. It says it's not registered. I don't understand, since I've been logging in fine and charging. I am using the hyperlink gateway. Now, guys, yeah, there's been a lot of this happening. Leon, I know Deborah's got a solution. I haven't been connected to this sort of problem over the last week, so I know Deborah has. Leon, have you? Can you offer some advice?
I don't have anything. That I says the basic right now, with all the adjustments in the system to remove hyper, they can fall behind one when they're working on something, so it could be in a safe mode, so you can't get to do what they want to do, because they're doing a lot of removing of hyper stuff. So different factors. But if they were doing the same thing they were doing prior and not working, it got to be something that's being done in the back office that causing that not to happen. So it's a bit patience is going to come back into play.
Yeah, I saw a member on Telegram earlier on. I think they resolved it. Deborah, did you see that? And I can't remember what she did. Did they have to do something, or did they just wait?
Sorry, Shem, can you repeat that one, General Kim?
Yeah, I'm just reading the question in the chat box. There was a question in Telegram that was the same, and they did resolve it. The question goes like this: unable to get into any of my accounts in Dalversal. It says it's not registered. I don't understand because I've been logging in fine and charging, and I'm using the hyperlink gateway. What did that person on Telegram do? Because they did resolve it, didn't they? Did they leave it, or was there a solution to it?
You mean I think it's the one that I was dealing with yesterday.
Was it yesterday? What did you do, Deborah?
It was yesterday. No, he didn't finish. He said he was going to do it on his own when he gets a chance. So he didn't give me feedback.
Okay, so any advice we can give them? Just update the browser, clear the history, might be. I have seen this problem popping up quite a lot about the accounts not registered. What I will say is that the accounts are registered, obviously, and the accounts haven't disappeared. Regarding logging into them, I'm not quite sure because, like I say, I've not been working on these particular issues myself. So I can't give any advice on this. I'm not sure.
You could go with the basic recommendations, which is just like you said, reboot it, rethink your stuff because there's a lot of upgrades going on, and you get caught behind one of those upgrades, and the browser may not read it because it gets the old data. So the first thing to do is to reboot your browser, clear your cache, clear your cookies, and start from there.
Yes, I think that's the best idea, really, because it does retain them cookies. And if you don't clear that out, don't clear your history out, it won't use the upgraded software that they've used.
When you use the old data and it comes to the error.
That's right. Yeah. Right. Geneva has put, I don't quite understand the team. Is it the team from Hyperverse or new recruits into Dalversal? Well, that depends on whether you've got any team moved over with the migration of your account, because some members do have their team from Hyperverse and some don't. It depends on whether you've invited them with because some people have got some of their members over from Hyperverse, but they're adding to it using their own invite link. It's all those under you in your invite link. Do you want to take up on that, Leon, while I just have a quick word with Sarah?
Sure. Yeah, so like this Kevin saying, the teams are based on what was migrated from with your one-click link, and also what you personally invite with your link, or your team invite with their link. That's what does make up your whole organization. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, cheers, Leon. I'm back. Sorry, Karina, I did forget you. Sarah's just elbowed me. Okay, it says, hello, sir. I've asked the question about the DAO-T token, if it is open or locked at the pre-sale multi-buy time in the DAO Voice channel Telegram, but nobody answered me. Do you know now? Maybe the answer, maybe. Right, okay, yeah, I know what you're saying. Is it locked for a set amount of time after you've purchased it in the pre-market sale? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anything's been released yet, has it, Leon?
No, it's not released yet. So far, we know the pre-market time. If you choose yes that you want to be part of it, it's going to we're not able to withdraw until, because it will switch into a new network. If you say yes, you switch into the Ethereum network. So therefore, you can't withdraw. Dalversal do not have Ethereum withdraw yet. So until that is implanted in this, activated in the system, you can't withdraw if you say yes. If you say no, then you just stay in the platform we are, and then you have to withdraw into the Binance network. So that's what causing the situation. Because if you choose yes, you'll be switching to Ethereum network, which is where the token is being minted on, or being created on, I should say. That's the situation, if that makes sense. Yeah, to me it does, Leon, yeah. And as soon as we get, I mean, I've had a member on Discord as well asking for the tokenomics and everything like that.
we haven't got privy to that information as yet. So we're still waiting for the full information on that. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just having a quick shuffle around here. All my team from Hyperverse followed me over to Dalversal, but I'm only getting 7.5 plus my land. Okay, you need to have a look at your downline and see what their activity is then. Because you need to get bronze, active bronze, in order to see anything from your generative rewards. If they're doing if they're doing bronze and receiving RC and you're not doing bronze, then you won't see anything from your downline. Okay. What is going to happen with the remaining assets? For example, I have 20,000 DC and I buy a 5k pack and I am left with 15,000 DC. Yeah, okay. So once the first 5,000 is released, once you've got 100%, you can purchase another 5,000. Okay. And then let's see if they bring a 10k pack out or something similar. We don't know yet. Karina, okay, excellent. Geneva's okay, I understand. Okay, back over to those lovely people with their hands up. We've got Margaret. Margaret, unmute, please. Nice to see you back, Margaret. You're from last week, I remember. Hi.
Hi. Hi, General Kev and Master Coach Leon, Sergeant Abraham, and everybody. Yeah. Just want to say thank you for those who helped me last week about the Google Authenticator and all that. I managed.
It was Google Authenticator, that's right. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. You're all sorted, yeah?
I'm all sorted now as far as that is concerned. It was such a relief and such an achievement. I'm really grateful.
Excellent.
However, may I just take you back to last year? I just want to ask something a bit out of what we're discussing about now. But it's about migration of assets. You know, with the teams that we have, or we had from Hyperverse, Hypernation, and all that, I had two of my downliners who passed on, meaning who died, and one of them was already an active member. In fact, to cut matters short, let me just say, I had put such an inquiry before with the then upliners or leaders like you, but then leaders last year to say I've got this type of a situation, and of which I don't think it's only me who had such a scenario whereby you have one of your downliners or downliners who passed on, but they had their own beneficiary, and the beneficiary now says, he's quite busy to go ahead with this because his work consumes much of his time. Yet with this downliner, I had sort of supported her financially. So what's the best way to go ahead? In fact, then when I put forth the inquiry, it was I was told that they were going to inquire. Since we're starting, they didn't know what to say, but they would inquire from the owners of the company as to what to do with the packages of the deceased, because they can't just be left there. And now it is an emergency since we are moving from hyper community to Dalversal, such that we don't want to leave such packages there if we can do something about them. So that will be my...
Okay, Leon, I do understand, if I remember right, we attended a meeting that said that after this change, doesn't the dead wood get taken out from the old
All the ones
paper structure?
that didn't activate will be removed. Yeah, because the process you got to click something to the network to be sparse in the network that it is universal network. Yeah, that's true. So the thing is, what she's saying that somebody passed. The question is, do anybody have access to the email? Because if nobody have access to the person that email, nobody could change it. The
Yes.
person can't do nothing, you can't do nothing, nobody could do nothing. If you have access to email, then you could transport any account you choose to. As long as you have access to the email. No access to the email, nobody could do nothing. So the person passed and you have access to the email, then there's something you could do about it. Then you could deal with the relationship with the family and so forth to see what the way create a win-win situation to deal with that. But without the email address, nobody could do nothing about it because Diversa not have the email for you.
It is a really tough one, this one, because we do understand where you're coming from, but we've got to look at the structure of the system of the decentralized platform. And this is, if it was so easy to do, then it would just be like the Web 2 arena. You know, we've got Web 3 is different. It has to be by the person who's got the details. Can't be done in any other way. Nobody has that opportunity to do that other than the person themselves. So yeah, it's a difficult one, that one.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, if they have the email account, if you have access to the email, then you can do something with it. If you don't have access to the email, nothing could be done. Because when they go in the package, they can say that they can send the 6 digits to the email, and if you can't get the 6 digits, you can't do nothing. It's just freeze there. So that's the bottom line. No matter who, no problem.
I think I understand what you're saying, Ms. Coach Leon. We've got all information, but we just don't want to do things just going in and doing it. We thought, okay, let's find out, do things legitimately so that we're not caught up in the process, having done something wrong. So that's why. But I've got all that information.
If you get all the information,
given to me.
Yeah, if you get all the information, you can move to Diversa, then you can work it out afterwards. Because if it stays on hyper, then does you nothing and does the other person nothing. So you get get an account, put it over there, and then you can say, okay, what's the best way for me to deal with this? You know what I mean? Do you want to manage all yourself and thing, or do you get, you know what I'm saying? But the call is the information, the first decision. If you have the access to the email, that's the first step. Then you know it can be removed. It could move to Diversa. So now also figure out what's win-win for both of you guys in terms of using it in the situation. That's the other option.
Okay. Thank you very much. I do understand that and I follow that. And yet, what I was thinking is just to say, you know, as leaders who are up there and when we come with inquiries to lead us to say, I've got this inquiry, you know, the decent thing I expect, or the right thing that one would expect, is for a leader to come back with a feedback and give me a feedback to say, okay, you can go ahead or you can't go ahead, because they say even a no is an answer. If I've got a no as an answer, but at least I've got a feedback, not to be left like 6 months without any feedback at all. I just think that was not.
I got you. That's basically individual. That's the individual decision and their choice of behavior. So the thing is that who have the information for the email? You have it, or the person have the email? So that's the question. If you have the information, then you have the authority, because without the information, the person can't do nothing. See what I'm saying?
Anyway, thank you, Master Coach Leon.
You have the information, the other person can't do nothing without the information. So you got to make a decision with that. See what I'm saying? It's a personal decision.
Thank you, Master Coach Leon. Thank you, everybody. I said enough.
Yeah. Amen.
Okay, Margaret, thank you.
By the way, I'm Paul. Margaret is it's you know, I'm not called Margaret. I'm called Paul. That would be the name I'm called.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's great to have-
I'm sorry it comes like that, but that's not what I'm called. I'm called them Paul. I know it's not your mistake, but just to let you know. Thank you.
Okay, it's
you.
great to have you on this week.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, it's excellent. Okay, one more from Shua. Good evening, Shua. I can't spotlight you because you've got no webcam on. Shua's disappeared, I think. Yeah, Shua's disappeared. No, she hasn't. There she is. Try again. Shua, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kevin. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Hi.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
Absolutely fine. Are you?
Good. I'm doing fine. Doing fine. I have a question. I'm just so new into Happy Nation, and it closed, and I came along with Sajamain to Davos, and I was
Yep.
so proud with Sajamain. And then my question is that I have so many people in Vietnam, in Laos, that
Yeah.
the upline in Happy Verse and Happy Nation left there alone, and they don't care about those people that had small amount under DC or pending. And they outreach to me, and I try to help them. I'm my best, but the DC only is like 1,500 to 1,800, is not quite 2,000. So they
Yeah.
really do want to get a packet. And I told them, I say, well, you have to have 2,000 on your DC. And they very mad at me. And Vietnam and Laos, kind of poor country. And those people that they outreach to me, they had to go borrow money to put this money into Happy Voice and Happy Nation. And then now they lost all this money. And I just wonder, is there any way that you guys, we're going to have the small packet like 1,500 to like below 2,000.
One fantastic solution to this would be having the ability to send members DU on the platform, or DC on the platform, because I can almost guarantee that nobody has got exactly the right amount of DC for the packages available. Everybody will have some loose DC left over. Now, that loose DC left over could go towards other people getting a package. I fully understand where you're coming from, Shua. And I'm pretty sure Dalversal are aware of this issue as well. Now we've got to step back a little bit and look at everything that they're doing currently. Can they really take on another project as to trying to integrate this into the platform right now? I'd say no, because obviously they've got a lot on their shoulders, more so now that they're disconnecting from the Hypertech Group platform website. Now, and this is only my opinion, this isn't official, this is my thoughts. My thought was do what you can when you can. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if you believe that there might be an opportunity in the future, then do what you can and move those DC tokens to Dalversal. Even if we can't do anything yet, let's keep our fingers crossed, let's keep our hopes high, and let's keep trying to talk to corporate about this, and let's see if they'll come to a solution, even if it's 2 months down the line or so. Coach, what do you think? Because I think that's... Sorry, Coach, you're unmuted. Let me put you as co-host, and then you don't have to. There you go, mate. Sorry about that. I didn't know you was muted. Go ahead.
What I would say is there's other option. The other option is fine. Let 2-person team up. If you get Hypernation, Hyperverse, do team up. Because you could team up by 2-person combining and doing it. 2 persons could basically combine together and make it, get Hypernation, Hyperverse combine and make the 200 or the 5K, maybe 2K or the 5K. There's an option there too, because I've done it within my team. Individual put 2 persons together and it worked out within themselves. That's one option. The other option is, like Kevin said, bring people across, bring it across and put it there and let's see what happens. because there's other possibility. There's possibility, like Kevin also mentioned, that there may be a chance we could move some DCs, extra DC around the platform as we move forward. There's an option there too. You know what I'm saying? So the best place to be right now is on Diverso. And
I do know, sorry, Leon, I do know that some members of the Bureau, including myself, did actually do this with Sergeant Meng anyway, because he had 2 or 3 members that were just that little bit short. And I says, oh, well, I've got a little bit spare in that old account. I'll send that over. And it just gained that little bit more just for them to get that minimum pack. So yes, it is. It's one of those hot topics that people really want an answer to. And in my opinion, if you look at it from Diversal's side, they want a solution for those members as well. Because let's not forget, we're valuable. We're valuable assets to Diversal. So they've got to look at both sides of the coin, so to speak, and not only want us, but keep us happy in that respect as well. So it is a balancing act between the two. Don't you agree, Leon?
yes, I do agree. You know, I mean, I do agree with that. And so forth with the removing IPA and stuff, there's allocated for the amount, certain amount of things. There's more funds to do things. For the amount of people that they came across, they have more funds to allocate for other stuff. So in the future, there'll be a lot of different options going on, because when it cut out the plan and nobody could bring over funds anymore, it's just gonna be the funds that they allocate for this project is already in place, and they could do more with it as the future move forward.
Okay, so that means your suggestion is like combining like Happy World and a Happy Nation together. If the 2 person agree, they can work this
Correct.
together as a team. Combine the account together and then make the profit after that. They can decide what they do, spread the money between for the both the people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
This is about a trust issue, obviously.
Sorry, Kevin. One person is
Okay.
doing the work. One person will be doing the work, so therefore, you know what I mean? Because one person got to be clicking. Find out who get the most, be willing to do more on the platform, and let the person do it, because they increase it and make it move faster. So it all depends on what's, so there's certain dynamics that you got to pay, and that's per account or per in the situation.
Okay. And last question. Some people, they were so mad at me, like I'm in the upline and Happy World and Happy Nation. I tell them that I'm just here to help. I just here to helping you guys, and I do my best to see if I can bring something to your table to you. If you have below the 2K, the only thing that I can tell you guys is move over to Diverso. If you don't have the 2K, go ahead to buy land. You buy land, you get little money to put on your table for your family. That's the only thing I can tell them, but they still get mad at me. So at that point, it's just like pulling me down, like, how can I help those people that they are poor, but they lose all the money, and I'm in United States here. It's kind of like making me feel so bad that they all rich to me, but I cannot help them.
Okay, sure. Never feel bad about helping other people. That's what I say.
Yeah, Kevin, good job. The thing is that the situation always occur where individuals going to try to put their responsibility onto somebody else. You got to create your own code, your own moral code that knows that and don't allow that to erode at you. You see what I'm saying? Because if you allow that to erode at you, it's going to erode at you. The thing is, are your heart right? Are you doing what's right within your power? Because you can't do nothing outside of your power. Everybody will allow to wish for a lot of stuff, but reality is different from your wish and your wants. See what I'm saying? And reality is absolute. So when you understand that, you don't let things erode at your spirit because you can't do anything to it. If it's outside your power, you being frustrated, angry, sad about it, now do diddly squat for nobody. See what I'm saying? So you got to know where you got to make your own judgment for yourself and where you are, and don't let it erode at you because it's not outside your power. See what I'm saying? If it's inside your power, you're denying them it, then you could feel guilty. Go, I could do it for them, but I'm denying them the situation. But you can't do anything for them. So therefore, you can't, don't let it wear at you like that and get you sick. Then you hurt yourself and your family too, on top of all this stuff.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to empower yourself before you can empower anybody else.
Okay.
There's an important thing. I'm sat on the fence looking at this, Shua, and there's a very important thing to note here. Why are they identifying what you're not doing for them when they should be looking at what you are doing for them? Yeah,
Oh.
because
Uh-huh.
the thing is, Shua, here you are leading the way and showing them what is available. You're not a magician. You're not somebody who can, pull a rabbit out of a hat in order to please those people. And I'm going to say it, and it is blunt. People know that the general can be a little bit blunt at times, but it's only the truth. It's only the truth. And the truth of the matter is, you're not Dalversal. Dalversal don't owe us anything. That's
Uh-huh.
the blunt truth. Yeah. And for those people that don't understand and don't accept the truth, they're the ones that are going to be hurting. Okay. Now, if those members can change their perspective and look at what you are doing and what Dalversal are doing, and let's not forget what me and Coach Leon are doing for those members right now. We're talking about them. We're wanting to help them by getting them to understand that this is a platform that is going to develop. It's going to deliver. Maybe not in the way they understand, but it will be helpful for them. So what these members have got to do, Shua, is appreciate what you're doing for them. Okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It is
okay.
true. It is true. You've got a heart of gold, Shua. I know you have. I picked that up as soon as Meng introduced you. And we have. Leon has. Sergeant Meng has. But sometimes there comes a time where people have to understand that you are not, something out of this world. You are a normal member who's hurt just the same as they did. You've maybe
Uh-huh.
just got added drive to make things work, to plug in at every opportunity. I know you're on the Telegram groups as often as you can be. Are they? Probably not. Do you see the difference?
Maybe, maybe not, yeah.
Exactly.
I doubt it.
Exactly.
I doubt those
So
people
they,
is like they just sit out there and then just waiting for you to get the information to them. And I told them to just get in Telegram to listen to you guys and to get a little bit of information from you guys. But it looks like they don't know English, so it's kind of hard. It's hard for me to understand the top Vietnam and Laos because I don't understand too. So it's kind of like translate each other. So it's kind of very, very hard to me. Like I said to Saint Germain, sometimes it take me like an hour to talk to one person because I had to translate word by word to Hmong, to Lao, to Vietnam. So I said, oh my God, man, this is take me forever.
Well,
I told Sergeant Ming, I said, hey, you want to take over one? He said, oh no.
you've got it. You've got it. You've got it there. They should respect you for the hard work that you're doing. I do. I do.
Mhm.
And I'm not one of those people. I respect you for what you're doing because you're doing it for them. You're doing it for Dalversal. You're doing it for yourself. Why do they not see that?
Yeah, but
I
the thing
think,
is, the thing that is that there's no vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum. There can always be somebody gonna think that you're not doing what they think you should do for them. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh,
So the point is, you gotta come up with this with the shield to protect you, and
uh-huh,
that is you gotta put in within your conscience that I'm doing within my power for you, and if I
uh-huh,
can't, don't think I'm doing outside my power to help you, there's nothing I could do about that. There always will
mhm,
be, in this world, God will even got people that hate him. And he was to be the most noblest person on this planet, our noblest person that ever been.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's-
And people hate him and think he didn't do good for them. You see what I'm saying? So you could
Yeah.
have that same thing too. So you got to create a shield for yourself to protect yourself against those people. Because there
Uh-huh,
always be that want to be a leech and suck on you. But you got to
uh-huh.
decide not to want to sucking on. And don't let
Yeah.
and their feeling don't affect you. Because you know that you within your conscience, you're doing everything in your ability. Until
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think the most important thing right now, I'm just going to tell them to just go ahead to register to double. So right now, even if they got below 2,000, it might be improved to them, or it might be happening in the future that we can get lower packet 2,000. So I think that's the only thing that I'm going to tell them. If they're not listening to me, they're still arguing with me, well, I'm just going to let it go because I had no time to talking to those people.
You got it. The thing is, don't let everybody just put it on there. If they get iPhone, let iPhone and iPhone Nation, because they put it on the platform, they can't combine it at the same time. So you also got to look at that too. Tell them put it on the platform if there's possibility to combine. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes. That's,
They can't combine anymore. Even
yeah.
divorce, they can't combine it anymore. Only from iPhone Nation, from iPhone community, they could combine it to put it into one account. So they got to also work that part dynamics also into it. Not just put a blast, send everything over to Diversal. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
You want to see that dynamics also. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much, Coach and Kevin. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate for that.
Sure,
welcome to the
just to finish off here, Sure, yeah. This is a learning journey even for us. You know, we learn every day, okay? And one of my biggest lessons was to identify those that bring you down, okay? Because those that bring you down drain your energy and you can't give everything to the people that do appreciate it. So be careful of not being brought down. And this is what I've identified here, is that those that, and it's because of your good heart, you want to help everyone. Unfortunately, you can't. Some people are so stuck in the ways that they can't accept that as help. So you need to identify that and say, okay, I maybe can't help them now. You might be able to in the future because they'll still watch. So don't pull yourself down because that'll drain your energy and put you in a position where you can't give as much as what you would be able to if everybody was positive. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, you're correct. That's right.
Okay. Well, go for it. I know you can do it, Sure. I've watched you on Telegram. You're a great person. You've got a great team.
Thank you. Yeah, I do have a big team, but I think it's like my husband and my grandkid told me, you have a big heart. You want to help everybody. You don't want to put nobody
Absolutely.
down. And I think that's who I am. That's who God brought me into this world, to love those people. And when I pull them down and when I cannot help them, it kind of hurts me. So that's one
I
thing
know.
that I cannot let go, you know. But I had to be strong, like Coach you say, and Kevin you say, I had to be strong to myself, and then
And that's you creating a shield. You want to help everybody, but you're going to help them within your power. Within your power. I'm like, you can't help people outside your power. Some people just want to lead they want to improve themselves. They want you to change so they could improve. But in reality, they have to use their own will. Their will have to be engaged to success. You can't just use their success. They have to engage their will. And if they don't do that, they stay where they are and not to do with you. And don't feel guilty about it.
Yes, okay, I will. Yeah, I just have to I just have to be strong myself. Like my husband told me, you know, over here it's daytime, over there it's nighttime, and they call you in the middle of the night and you talk to them. You have non-sleep. I said, I know, I'm going crazy.
Remember, the two things people selling you. People selling you source and they're selling you ability. The question is which one you're buying. Because you always buying something. I choose you buy ability, not source. Okay? They always say, which one you buy is where you choose to buy. That's judgment. I buy an ability. Show me to do something, I buy in that, I support you. If you show me a sword, tell me, oh, this, no, I can't help you until you try to change it to make the ability. And that's the bottom line. So it's what you buy matters, not what they're selling. Okay? Everybody. It makes sense?
Yeah, it does make sense to me. It does make sense to me. Yeah. Okay.
Good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much, Coach Leo and then Kevin. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay,
Pleasure.
sure. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and please do come next week.
I'm trying my best.
No problem. You
Yeah,
take
during
care
the
and
time that you get meeting is during my time at service at church. So I just kind of like sneak out and put you guys on my AirPods. So I try my best to come in. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. Right. Let's see who we've got up now. We've got Clayton. Let me unmute Clayton. Good evening, sir.
All right. How you doing, sir?
Absolutely fine. How are you, sir?
All right. My question was, once we do hit the 100% of the milestone on the 5,000 package, and once we, move over to the 50,000 package, what is the ratio time to be able to get everything back from the 50,000 package?
That's the $1 million question.
Is it like the same?
Leon. That depends on exactly what's happening in your account, and no two accounts are the same, because it depends whether you are passive or a great team builder. It's an impossible question, I'm afraid, Clayton. You know,
Okay.
what can we say, Leon? There's not a great, there isn't an answer to that one, is there? Do your best, Clayton. Do your best. That's
Okay.
all we can say, yeah?
So many variables.
That's me all the way, but I thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, there's a
Excellent.
lot
And
buddy.
Clayton, what we can say is, if there's anything you're not sure about, please do ask, because, you know, it's, you know, we're here to fine tune everything and get you to understand everything. If you understand everything, then you can make those great decisions yourself, yeah?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem, buddy.
Awesome. And thank you for coming on and asking that question. There's no silly questions, Clayton, you know, but some
No
questions we just can't answer, sir.
Yeah, that
Sometimes
one
I
we
gotta
don't-
rattle my brain just to get a good one to come to the surface.
the thing
Well,
is,
that means you're doing well. That means you're doing well.
Yeah.
You enjoy the
Thank
rest of your weekend, Clayton, yeah?
All right, same to you.
no problem, buddy.
Yeah.
The best
Okay.
option there is your emotional state and your team emotional state. That's what's going to determine everything. You know what I mean? What you feel is right and so forth. Because that's what determines what you're going to do. If you're going to apply more to the platform, or you're going to minus more from the platform. It's based on where you are and your faith by learning more. That increases your activity and increases your team activity. So the more you bring up to get more information, is the faster your TFA. That's my opinion. Make that make sense.
I am with you, Leon. Don't think I'm ignoring you, mate. There's a post in here that I've missed and I can't find it. Okay, it was one from YouTube, 2020, right? Okay, hi all. Is it possible? I've got it, Leon. Sorry about that, mate. It's a question from YouTube. Sarah's posted it over. That's why I was looking for the wrong person. Someone called Pamela Love. Hi all. Is it possible to change email in Dalversal after moving your DC and getting started with an AP 5K pack? I do believe that it is, but you'll have to send in a support ticket. Is that right, Leon?
That's technical support.
Yeah, tech support ticket. Sarah, can you post the tech support link? Yeah. Okay, yeah, tech support ticket, send that in. It might take them a little bit longer because they're really busy at the moment, but yeah, that's how you'll be able to do that. And you do right, move your assets first and get your account settled before changing your email address. Don't add too many problems to your account. So hopefully that's answered that.
And next thing, Kev, it depends on what they're trying to accomplish. If they're trying to basically get to access to do things in the account, they could just use the PIN. Because if the PIN, you don't need to change the email. You just use the PIN and you talk to the person once, and you have to do that. And then after that, you use PIN from there on to do any transaction if you want to. So you don't necessarily need to just change the email. You could just use PIN concept to do it. The one-time access to the number, now then you can just use the PIN. And you don't need to change it.
That's true. I've also got a message. Oh, it's a direct message. Okay. Bussy Crypto. I won't say what the message is because it's a private message, but can you message me on Telegram regarding that? Because I've got an extremely busy week next week. I will try, but I will be traveling next week. So, yeah, contact me on Telegram or Discord about that. Was there any other questions? I can't see any other questions. So, my Lord, how the time has flown, Leon. What's happened tonight? This has been a fantastic evening.
That's why. You're having so
Sorry?
much fun. You're having so much fun. That's why.
I always have fun on a Sunday night, mate. No, honestly, I think this has been a great training session because it's been it's been focused for those new members that have jumped on, but all the additional questions that we've answered are all relative. It's all part and parcel of our family experience, because that's the way I see it. It's a global family experience, and we want to help each other. And Shua, bless her, I mean, it's true what we said. You know, we're not even me, Leon, Deborah, you know, Private Buddykins. It's all right us coming here every weekend and, you know, giving a presentation. It doesn't mean we're, you know, you're inferior to us. It means that you are here to learn what we know, you know. And do you know what, guys? We learn just as much from you coming on and asking the questions too. Maybe we know, maybe we don't. If we don't, we learn by that, because we'll go and find a solution ready for next week, for instance. So it's very important that we keep these training sessions going. And do you know what, Leon? One thing I noticed that I'm really happy about is the training session numbers. The viewer numbers is increasing every week, which is fantastic. This is what we need, guys. Yeah, this is what we need. What do we gain from it? Satisfaction that people are getting value from us putting our time aside on a Sunday night to do this. We don't get paid for it. We get satisfaction knowing that you learn and you evolve from what we can help you with. And like I say, that is a two-way road, that. Can you add anything to that, Leon, while I just check these messages out?
100% agreement. You know what I mean? We have to increase your faith for the experience we have. We increase your faith by giving you information. And that's what it's about. And that's all the effort that we put in. You know what I mean? But the pleasure is ours in terms of seeing that you grow. So we're looking forward for growth, not just coming and watch. You got to grow. So apply what we're teaching, and think, because the application of knowledge is what give information power. Application of it, not just the information. If you don't apply it, you have no power, because your life will be the same.
Well, I'm going to add to that, because I can hit the nail on the head with this one, Leon, with what you've just said. Karina in the chat box has asked, when I buy a bronze planet, speeds up my bronze planet speeds up my TFA also. Now, that's different. I read it wrong. I thought you meant bronze plots. Okay, Leon, I'll pass that on to you, because you're a bronze planet owner. When you buy a bronze planet, speeds up my TFA also. Now, I don't know whether that was a mistake or whether she did mean a bronze planet. So give the answer regarding a bronze planet, and then we'll do it regarding a bronze plot.
You have a bronze planet, it would, because if you go by the land tax, you get 100% onto your TFA of whatever went on. Bronze, the person could stake between 104, between 101 and 300. So that means you're getting 104 to 12 DU. And that DU going to be directly impacting 100% on your TFA. The things with land, if you don't have, with planets, if you don't have a network, it could be just money sitting on the platform because nobody's taking on your land, or nobody's subscribing to your planet because you're not part of a network. So being part of a network is important for that to work for you, because that'll be money put on the platform that's not going to work for you if you're not part of the network, until we get other people coming on the platform to do that. If you understand what I'm saying. So network is important to have it to be beneficial from having a planet. So just having a planet is just the money going to sit on the platform until somebody subscribe to it, because there's no money until somebody subscribe on it. If you understand what I'm saying.
Okay. So and Karina's just confirmed she did mean bronze planet. Okay, not plot, because she's looking at purchasing one.
Deborah get input. Talk to Deborah. Deborah get input. She got her hands up. So I'll speak maybe off. Deborah get her hands up.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
She must be thinking as well.
Deborah should be.
All right. There's just one more query from Tom, the user Tom. Sorry about that. Switching from the laptop to a cell phone. He's got a query there.
I've got it. My laptop crashed and I'm trying to use my cell. When it comes to Hyper Community, it treats me as a first-time user. I've contacted support, got a ticket and still waiting after 8 days. 18 days. Now, Sarah's replied, did you get a solution to this, Sarah? Looks like you're on some problem. Let me look at that.
I don't see why laptop and so it create problems.
Yeah, well, Hyper Community you can't do it. I'll log in. Yeah. Sarah said she can't log into Dalversal on her mobile at all. She's not able to, and yet some people can. Sarah's tried everything to log into her on her, what is it, whatever it is, S20 or whatever, S22, and she can't log into it. So I don't know.
Does she have any like safety protection on your phone? Because they also could block certain things. Because if you're not allowing to download certain data from the website, you won't be able to do it. So you got to also look on your device if it has certain protection, like pop-up protection, it we usually get these things, safe mode, privacy. You know, some of those things affect the process. So you got to check those things too. And check your browser, make sure those things are not engaging to block stuff from coming in. Because every time you log into the site, you got to get information from the website onto your phone, because that's what make you communicate on Web3.
Possible try a different browser as well. You can get different browsers on your mobile. Other than that, what's his name? Tom. Other than that, Tom, have a look at the Telegram list. I think Sarah's put the list on. No, you haven't. Have you got a URL for the supporters channel or something where we can post a link? Yeah. Join us in Telegram and we'll have a little bit more time to try and help you with that.
Yeah.
Somebody's put, thank you very much for a stellar training session. We have stumbled upon liquid gold. 100%.
Yep.
And there's the Dalversal supporters Telegram group at the bottom. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. Robert had to get off. That was great seeing Robert all the way from Germany. He's a great leader from Germany. It's great to see him on a leaders Zoom call. I think that's it, Leon. I think we've cracked it, sir. Another sterling evening, and let me bring the participants up. Sergeant Deborah can unmute. I can't spotlight her because she's on the load shedding. But okay, over to you, Leon. Just a few last words before we call the meeting to an end. I think we've done a cracking job tonight. So over to you.
No, I would say keep learning, keep growing. You know, we are evolving consciousness. So therefore, keep educating yourself, keep learning about yourself. And that's what's going to keep you moving forward. The more you know, more information you get about the platform, is more your faith is going to increase in what's going on. So it's not going to be magic and just think what somebody else said. It'll be based on your conscious in motivating you and growing. So that's all I have. Keep learning.
PMA, positive mental attitude. That's what we need. Absolutely. Sergeant Deborah, are you available for a few last words?
Yes, I am. I must say, the development on its own is a huge privilege, one that we should really, really appreciate and embrace. It's a learning journey for everyone, but the fact that we are given an opportunity to develop ourselves, just far apart from, recovering the TFA or the previous pending balances, we need to make it worthwhile. We need to build our own legacy inside that ecosystem. So it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey. And the new week is going to be very busy. It's going to be very, very busy. There's changes and there's announcements that are expected, but the community will be guided accordingly. And for clarities that are needed, community will also be given clarities on things they don't understand. And also, thank you so much to General Kev and Coach Leon and Budikins, our Sarah. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who participated you know, the engagement is building relationships as well. We are growing and we are expanding. So thank you so much to everyone.
Certainly, our Sergeant Deborah, and thank you for that. It's been awesome this evening. Long Walk to Financial Freedom. It is, but it's very well worth it. Very well worth it. And Sergeant Deborah's absolutely right. We've got a sterling week coming this week. It's Monday tomorrow. I think it's Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday. I think the coin law pre-sale. Is that right, Leon? I think it is, isn't it? Leon's gone sideways on us. I don't know what's happening here. He's still there. There he is. Yeah. Is it Tuesday, Leon, that the pre-launch starts? The 5th, so it's Tuesday.
The 5th, the pre-launch is the 5th, where you can get a chance to first choose if you want to be part of it or not. And if you choose you don't want to be part of it, then you stay on the platform we are. If you choose yes, you'll be switched to the Ethereum platform.
Ethereum network, that's right. Yeah,
never block you from withdrawing. Yeah.
So we've got a lot coming next week.
Just one more thing, General Kev. They did mention on Jonah's last meeting, you know, with the Italians. And then he said there was gonna be, you know, before somebody clicks on that thing, they are probably going to put something, you know, a pop-up note for someone to read before they click, you know.
Make sure you read it.
Yeah. So
Make
it's
sure
not
you
just
read
like
it.
a click. Yeah. So somebody must fully understand what they are clicking. If someone is clicking no, they must still understand what they are clicking the no for, and also for a yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just a quick click. You must understand what you are doing there when you're clicking a yes or no.
Very well noted, Deborah. Very well noted. Yes, I have that slipped my mind. Yeah.
I wonder if you got to put in your activation code to switch. You know, so you can't say, oh, it mistakenly did it, because you got to put those 6 numbers in before you think.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
that would be a good idea, because they would know for sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right then, guys, it's been an absolute blast this evening. I've enjoyed it, and I'm sure you guys have. There's a big busy week coming next week, and there's a lot for us to take on board, and I'm supposed to be on holiday for 3 weeks. But does that stop me from doing the training sessions? No. I'm taking my equipment out to the Rock of Gibraltar, and we'll be doing this training session from the Rock, guys. So I look forward to that in the sunny, warm climate, unless there's a better offer for me, of course. No, I'll be here. I'll be here, mate. You take care. It's been an absolute blast, guys. You take care, and I'll see you next week. Okay?